Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a topic I think a lot of people struggle with. How to get fluent in English, and specifically, how to do it fast.
Right. And our mission today is really to cut through the noise. There's so much advice out there.
Exactly. We want to find the most effective shortcuts to get you sounding natural quickly.
And, the research is pretty clear. If you feel stuck, it's probably because true fluency isn't about how many words you know.
It's not a vocabulary test?
Not at all. It's a physical skill. It boils down to really just two things. How fast your brain can pull up information, that's retrieval speed,
Yeah.
and the strength of your vocal muscle memory. The techniques have to target both.
So it's about training your mind and your mouth. And we found 4 really practical, high-efficiency methods that do just that.
Yeah, they're designed to take you from just daring to speak to actually being fluent.
So let's start with the biggest blocker, that moment where you just freeze up. You run out of words.
The worst feeling.
Yeah. The first solution is called paraphrasing.
And this is basically like building a cognitive backup system for your brain. The moment you blank on a word, you just, you force yourself to describe it using simpler language.
So you're prioritizing flow over perfection.
Exactly. You keep the conversation moving, and that's the most important thing.
The source gives a great example. Say you forget the word refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just stopping, you say something like, the big box in the kitchen that keeps food cold.
The listener gets it, and there's no awkward silence.
Okay, so that's retrieval speed. What about the other side of it, the muscle memory? The next technique is the echoing technique.
Yeah, and this is a lot more advanced than just, reading something out loud.
How so?
The critical step is that you have to internalize the sound first. After you hear a sentence, you sort of play it back in your mind.
Like a mental replay.
Exactly. And you're not just copying the words, you have to try to mimic the speaker's pitch and their emotion.
The emotion. That's interesting. Why is the feeling behind the words so important?
Because that's what builds the right motor program. You're training your vocal cords in your mouth to handle the rhythm and the stress patterns of a native speaker. It's what makes you sound natural.
That makes a lot of sense. And it leads right into our next method, which helps with the logic of what you're saying.
Yeah.
The 3-step expansion.
This one is all about getting away from those short, kind of choppy answers. It trains your brain to organize a more complex thought on the fly.
Okay, so let's walk through the example. Step 1 is the core idea.
Yep, super simple. I like coffee.
Okay. Step 2, you add a detail, like the why.
Right. I like black coffee because it gives me energy.
And then step 3 is where you add that deeper context, like frequency or feeling.
Exactly. So it becomes, I usually have a cup of black coffee in the morning because it helps me focus on work. See, you've built a full, coherent thought from a simple start.
So we have these techniques, but how do you know if you're actually doing them right? I mean, how do you avoid just practicing your own mistakes?
That brings us to what the sources call the most brutal but necessary method. It's record and review.
You have to listen to yourself.
You have to. It's the only way to get that outside observer's perspective on your own speech.
And the process is simple, right? Just record yourself for maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah, on any familiar topic,
Yeah.
a self-introduction, whatever. Then you listen back. And you have to be ruthless with yourself.
What are you listening for specifically?
You're checking for things like, where were the pauses too long? Where did my pronunciation get a little fuzzy? Or, did I start talking way too fast? It gives you immediate, targeted data.
So how do you put all of this into a daily routine? It sounds like a lot.
It's actually designed for a really tight schedule, a focused, daily, 5-minute practice.
Just 5 minutes.
Yep, 1 minute to pick a topic, 2 minutes for the 3-step expansion, 1 minute to record it, and then 1 final minute to listen back and make a correction.
That's incredibly efficient. And the tools available now can really help.
Oh, absolutely. For that recording and review part, an app like ELSA Speak is fantastic. The AI gives you precise feedback on your vowels and stress.
Which is so hard to hear in your own voice.
It is. And for quick practice, you have language exchange apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. You can just trade short voice messages with native speakers.
And what about that 3-step expansion practice?
For that, ChatGPT's voice mode is perfect. It's free. You can have it role play as an interviewer or a customer, and you get unlimited practice.
So if we tie all these threads together, what's the core philosophy here?
It's simple. Speaking is a muscle activity. You have to treat it like going to the gym.
Consistency over intensity.
Totally. 5 minutes of actually making sound every single day is profoundly more effective than 5 hours of reading once a week. It's about making sound and making logical connections.
So since these methods are all practical, the final thought for you is, Which weakness will you spend your first 5 minutes on today? Is it that vocabulary retrieval lag, the fuzzy pronunciation, or maybe organizing your thoughts?